fuck, you know? Do you ever feel like that? I feel like that sometimes, just like, fuck, you know? The road and like seeing American infrastructure often makes me feel like that. I'm also not gonna look too much at the camera. I'm driving, so, you know, I'm basically like not gonna look at the camera at all because I care about my safety and the safety of others on the road. So I'm ignoring the cinematic quality of this video for now, you know. Yeah, so title of this video, topic, you do not need to be productive. This actually came to me because I was first going to scrap this video because I was like, this isn't going anywhere. But then I was realizing, like, I can just talk. I don't have to be talking for anyone else. I'm not like talking with the expectation of like, well, hundreds of people will see this. No, I'm talking to myself, and I feel like the words I'm saying feel like things that other people may benefit from hearing at the moment. You know, I hope there's someone out there who this video can reach and who can benefit from hearing this. But yeah, like, you don't have to be productive. I'm not necessarily going to be productive with this video. And I feel this huge pressure whenever I'm making art, whenever I'm doing any sort of work, to make it productive, to make it like a skill on my resume or a source of income. And it's not necessary, you know? I want to design systems in my life that are productive, you know? I want to design systems around finance and systems around food and water. I want those systems to be productive in creating those material goods, in creating like a product of something, a product of the system. And so I can be productive sometimes in the sense that I'm creating systems or doing maintenance on those systems or doing things to upkeep those systems, but I'm not constantly in this productive state, in this state of like must produce, must make product. You know, and obviously this is very rooted in capitalism and the work mindset, you know. I worked for Taco Bell. I worked there 2 summers, and the first summer I worked there, it was shitty, but it was fine, I guess. I don't know. Due to like other things in my life, gender dysphoria, I just wasn't really very alive at that point anyway. And so like, even though it was shitty, it didn't really like make a difference because my life was already shitty. But like, the second summer I worked there, it really got in my head more because I was, for one thing, like trying a lot more to save money. And so, you know, we got free meals there as part of being an employee, so I would eat there. And I would just eat Taco Bell for like almost all of my meals. And like the effect that has on a body is quite awful. Additionally, I was working nights. So I would work from anywhere from like 8 to 10 p.m. to like 2 to 6 a.m. in the morning, you know? And I feel like working those hours, I mean, it was fun sometimes, honestly. Like, being a night shift food service worker is fun in a way, but it was so destructive. And like, there are things about that life that I really liked, like the sense of being in a team who are closely bonded. Now, that close bonding was due to immense levels of stress and, fear and anxiety and pain. But we were still closely bonded, and I enjoyed that. And also preparing food and serving people food. I love doing that. However, like, the food I was serving people was toxic, It was food that was, like, literally killing them. And even though I wasn't necessarily consciously super aware of that, just doing that made it feel so awful. And I was drinking so much caffeine to stay awake. And overall, yeah, it got to me in the sense that, like, it convinced me that I need to be productive in order to be, like, valuable, in order to be worthwhile, in order to simply exist. I needed to be being productive. There was a huge emphasis on, like, constantly improving. How fast can we get a customer out of here? Like, how fast can we prep the food? How late can you stay? How much overtime can you do? How much can we exploit you, basically? Let me check my direction real quick. But yeah, I got into this incredibly toxic mindset that really, like, got itself deeply ingrained in me for a while. And it did not just come from Taco Bell, certainly. It came from the entire way I was raised, the world around me, what my parents said, what my teachers said, what society said, all of this, right? Capitalism, colonialism, these mind parasites and land parasites, and these systems, right? These systems that are based on turning humans into productivity machines for profit of other humans, as opposed to systems that are creating productivity for everyone with minimal effort for everyone. And we see this in the world of plants. Ecosystems work together. And as human beings, we have this incredible ability to steward the plants in the land and to change the plants in the land and to arrange the plants in the land. We can design systems that mirror nature and are more productive for everyone, including, like, the plants themselves, more thriving plants, more thriving people. A lot of these ideas come from something called permaculture, which I totally recommend looking into if you're interested in sustainability and self-sufficiency and healing your mind, decolonizing your mind, and these sorts of things. And yeah, to go back to my original point, like, that it's okay to go slow, to go at your own pace, to do what feels aligned, what feels right for you. You know, you're not falling behind. And there's still time. There is always still time. You are exactly where you need to be. And you are getting to exactly where you need to go in exactly the pace that you need to get there. Things in our life are broken. This is coming from an American standpoint, of course, but like, these systems that we inhabit are fundamentally broken, and they are not sustainable, and they are crumbling. The fact that you are not living up to their standards, not meeting their expectations, is not a sign of a flaw or a fault in you. We have the ability to look at all of this and feel it, for one thing. Feel how wrong it feels, you know? Feel how sick you feel. How sick the world around you feels. Allow yourself to process that grief, that this is the world you're living in. And this is not to say that there is not beauty to be found in this world, because there certainly is, you know? There is so much beauty to be found and so much beauty to be created. This is simply one paradigm that we exist in currently. And as we shift paradigms, we will start to see new things, that new systems, new ways of life that resonate that resonate with us much more, that we enjoy much more, and so on. However, in order to get to that place where we have systems and ways of being that resonate and that feel right, we need to first acknowledge the wrongness of the current systems and let ourselves fail at meeting the current system's expectations, because they're ludicrous and ridiculous and they don't make sense. And I have been talking for a while, and I'm starting to feel very dysphoric about my voice, and it's harder and harder to, you know, talk in any way that sounds okay with me. So I'm going to go, but I love you. Thank you so much for existing, for being alive, and for hearing this message. I am truly grateful that there are people who are listening and resonating with this message, myself included. So, thank you, I love you, and goodbye.